So let me take my example, one example that I had explained at the beginning. I have a processor whose word size is 8 bytes. That means 8 into 8, okay, 64 bit. Word size is 64 bit. So if for here we will consider in bytes. My word size or word length, it is also called word length. So what are these 8 bytes? Mean my processor can fetch maximum of 8 bytes at a time. That's my processor capacity. So 8 bytes. So how your memory look like if I consider every row as a one word? Here word size is 8 bytes. That means there are 8 bytes, 0 to 1, 2, right? Here 0, 1, 2 up to 8 byte means 7. Did you get this? 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 7. 7 different bytes, continuous bytes call a word. So what is the starting address of this byte in this word? 0. So what is the word address? Word address is address of the starting byte in that word. So 0. So now if it is 7, the next 8 bytes in another word starts from 8, 9, 10 up to 15. You can count it, 8 bytes, 8 to 15. So here word address is 8, starting address of the starting byte. Now let's see third word. Here 15 address is over. So next address is 16, 17, 18 up to 23. So in this word, the starting address is 16. So word address is 16. Next is 24. Next is 32. How do I know? That's called word alignment. That's called word alignment. Means if your word length is 8 byte, then every word begins with an address multiple of 8. 0, 8, right? 8 into 0, 0, 8 into 1, 8, 8 to the 16, 8 to the 24, 8 4, 32. Okay, let me take one more example. Let us take a memory. Okay, let us take a processor whose word length is 4 bytes. 4 bytes. Okay. That means actually its word length is 32 bit, but I am considering it a 4 byte. How exactly that memory looks like? If this is the memory, when these are each row is a one word, I said word length is 32 bit. That means 4 byte. Every word contains 4 bytes. Every word contains 4 bytes. So this is how I'll draw this. Now let us assign the address. Address of first byte always starts from 0, 1, 2 and 3. Here address is 4, 5, 6, 7, then again 8, 9, 10 and 11. Here it is 12 and so on. Now look at, this is a one word, 4 bytes, one word. And what is the word address? Word address is nothing but address of the first 2 byte in that word. So this is completely one word. Its address is 0. This is second word. Here there are 4 bytes, second word. Its address is address of the starting byte, that is 4. This word address is 8. This word address is 12. Next word address is 16. Why? Because word length is 4 byte. Every word starts at address multiple of 4. 0, 4, 8, 12, 16. Did you get this? Okay. So this is the standard definition of word alignment. I call it standard definition because they have used very specific words here. Like I will read it out. If word size is n bytes, here word size is in this diagram 4 bytes. Okay, word size is 4 bytes. Word size is n byte and every word starts at the address multiple of n. Right now, so this address is 0. Here starting address is 4 because 3 ends here. 4, 5, 6, 7. So here it is 8. Then it is 12. Then it is 16 and so on. So if a word size is n bytes and every word starts at the address of multiple of n, then the memory is called word aligned memory. Now if you ask what is non-word aligned memory, where we don't have word addresses like this. I can give example for a non-aligned memory. Let us see an example for non-aligned memory. So here my word size is 4 bytes. These are the words. Now, so first word contains 4 bytes. 0, 1, 2, 3. Word starts from at 0. Then here it is 4, 5, 6 and 7. Next word and word first byte address is 4. Next, instead of starting 8 here, imagine there is a one more byte here left out, not assigned to any word. Okay, and next word begins from 9, address 9. So this byte exists, it's valid, but it is not assigned to any word. So 11, 12. Now this word starts at 9. This is the multiple of 4. This is not multiple of 4. So this is not aligned. So again, same explanation they have given in sentences. So what is word aligned memory? Ordering addresses of bytes. Yes, we are structuring it, organizing it. So if the word is 4 byte, word length is 4 byte. Okay, we keep successive 4 bytes in a word and make sure that every byte word has a 4 byte and they are successive. So that address is multiple of 4. That is the example. So it's an ordering. It's an ordering scheme. Now, so what is the word alignment definition? The same thing. Again, they have repeated it. So aligned memory means every byte word, okay, starts at the address which is nothing but multiple of number of bytes in the word. Number of bytes in the word. So for example, my word size is 4 bytes. So my word addresses must be, that is nothing but word address, nothing but address of starting byte. So must be 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, so on. So number of bytes in a word is 4. Its multiple numbers 0, 4, 8, 12 must be the beginning byte address of a word. Okay. Example, he has given many examples like here 16-bit word. Okay, 16-bit word means 2 bytes. 16-bit 2 bytes. So addresses of word begins at 0, 2, 4, y multiple of 2. 32-bit means 4 multiple of 4. 16-bit word means 8 bytes. So addresses, word addresses are 0, 8, 16. I hope you got this. Here he has given an example, a few more examples to make you understand. You might say addresses are not starting from 0. No, this is a memory where addresses are starting from 0, but we have taken a random part of the memory. Okay, so there is a memory upward here and there is a memory downward here. Okay, now just random part we have picked up. Now 16-bit processor. What is 16-bit processor? Means its word length is 16-bit anta. See how they use that word length in different way. So when you say 16-bit CPU, that means nothing but W equal to 16. 16-bit. 16-bit and 2 bytes. So every word address is multiple of 2. And the bytes is there are 2 bytes here. 5000, 5001, 5002, 5003, 5004, 5005. Similar. Here it is 32-bit. Word length is 32-bit. Means 4 bytes. Word length is 4 bytes. So there are 4 bytes here actually. Here. So 5000, 5001, 5002, 5003. Next starts from 5004. See multiple of 4. Similarly, this is 8 bytes, multiple of 8. Here he has given a table where on one side we have addresses here. We have addresses here. Okay, they are continuous, but whatever. We have addresses, and on this side he has compared different CPU or processors with different word size. See, this is 8-bit means word size is 1 byte only. 1 byte itself is the one word. Here 2 bytes, word size is 2 bytes. Here it is 4 bytes and here it is 8 byte. And particular address, this is just a table element. So look at the address, pick any address, look at the word length and say whether it is aligned or not aligned. If this address is address of beginning byte of the word or word address. If this is a word address, for example 40004 means 4 is a word address, and I have a word length processor. Word length is 8 bytes. So 4 is not multiple of 8. That's why it is not aligned. Okay, we'll take 6. 6, right? Address is 6. If it is a starting address of a word in a 32-bit word length processor, means 4 bytes. Word length is 4 byte. Okay, I'll take this 4 only. Okay, word length is 4 byte. Starting address of word is 6. It is not aligned. Why? 6 is not a multiple of 4. So this is a table just. So in exam they might randomly ask, give an address like some address x and word length n, and ask you to check whether it is aligned or not. For example, I'll tell you address is 1234h. A word in a memory starts at address 1234h, means word address, and word length is 4 bytes or 32 bit, whatever. Check whether it is aligned or not. How? 1234h, you convert it into decimal. 1234, it is a hexadecimal number. Convert it into decimal and check whether this decimal equivalent of this number is multiple of 4. If yes, then the word which begins with this address is aligned, means entire memory is aligned. So this is how this table we can explain. Next, there is a hint here given. Those who are understood binary number system, right? You can easily understand this. If word size is 4 byte, every word address ends with 00 in binary. You binary address barkoli, you consider it as a aligned word, aligned memory with the word length is 4 bytes. That address you write down in binary and check this. You can derive many such things. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, let us start one more concept regarding memory. Big endian and little endian assignments. Two type of assignments. This is not Indian, this is Endian. Okay, this is about which end of the data resides at the beginning address of the memory. So I will explain it, but before that you should know two concepts. One is LSB and MSB concepts. I have already explained this, but I will explain once again LSB and MSB, and then hexadecimal numbers. Okay, now let us go for binary number. This is a binary number. Can you find out the size of the binary number? This is 16 bit. You can count. This is 16. There are 16 different bits here. This is a 16 bit number. Now to understand big endian and little endian, what is big endian, little endian is nothing but the way how bits get stored in the memory. Now to explain this concept, big endian and little endian, how data is stored in the memory, okay, which place at what address a particular data go and sits. To explain this, if I take binary numbers, okay, it consumes more space, it becomes big mess. So we explain most of the computer organization concepts in hexadecimal numbers only. So we will immediately brush up some concepts we learned. Okay, the relation between binary and hexadecimal. This is a binary number, and you can see there are 16 bits are here. This is size is 16 bit. How to convert it to a hexadecimal number? Club 4 bit each or combine 4 bit each and convert it into hexadecimal number. So one thing we learned here, what? That every hexadecimal digit is 4 bit. Always remember, every hexadecimal digit is 4 bit. Right? This is 5, this is 3, this is A, and this is 9. Here, how to check LSB and MSB? See, this is the least significant bit, right? LSB is here, and this is MSB, most significant bit. Now we will change this. LSB, MSB means least significant bit. No. So here afterwards I will call it as least significant byte, most significant byte, because we come out of the bit. That's very primitive concept, bit. Now bit in the salpa mail boro, we talk about bytes. Okay, here afterwards. Now here this is a 1 byte, and here there is 2 bytes. Of course there are only 2 bytes. So rightmost byte is least significant byte, and leftmost byte is most significant byte. Very easy to find out. What about a big lengthy number? Okay, what is the size of this binary number? This is actually 32 bit. Correct? Now this is 32 bit, you can count. Since this is 32 bit, I have converted it into hexadecimal number here, that binary number into hexadecimal number. Okay. Now we keep checking bytes. We know byte means 1 byte means 8 bit. So first, this is the first byte, then there is one more byte, then there is one more byte over here and one more byte. Now how to find out LSB, MSB? So from right side, this is the least significant byte, this is the most significant byte. Now what about in hexadecimal? Hexadecimal, we know that every hexadecimal digit is 4 bit. So to make a byte, we need 2 hexadecimal digit. This is 1 byte and this is one more byte. So this is the least significant byte is A9H. H I'll write to represent the hexadecimal for representation purpose. This is 53H. Now here, here see, this is 2, I'll combine to make a 8 bit, right? A9H is 1 byte, 53H is one more byte, again A9H and again 53H. So what is the least significant byte here? A9. And what is the most significant byte? 53. So in every byte there will be 2 hexadecimal digits. Very clear, right? So we will study big endian and little endian. Now let us see big endian and little endian, two different types of assignments. Means when there is a data, how do we store that data in different addresses of, right, different bytes. Okay, there are two ways to store this. Big endian is one way, little endian is one more way. It based on the processor. Okay, any one method will be adopted. So few processors are big endian, few processors follow little endian format. For example, Intel follows a little endian format. Now we'll see the definition first and then I'll explain it. Here there is a definition, but see, big endian format means in this type of assignment, when there is a data, we store most significant bytes in the least address available. Similarly, little endian means least significant bytes we store in least addresses available. Listen carefully, I'll repeat this. The sentence on screen is different. I'm rephrasing same sentence in different way. Most significant bytes are stored in least address available. It is called big endian. If least significant bytes are stored in least address available, it is called little endian. Let me explain little and big endian using some examples so that it will be very clear. I have a memory here and looking at the every row we can say its word length is 4 bytes because in every row there are 4 bytes. So word length is 4 byte. There is a data over here, see, 3EH, an hexadecimal number. Now we know how to identify least significant byte, most significant byte and size of the decimal data. Now look at the size of the hexadecimal data. Here there are 2 digits. Every digit is 4 bit. No, every hexadecimal digit is 4 bit. So 2 hexadecimal digit, this is 8 bit. Okay, this is 8 bit. That is nothing but 1 byte actually. Correct? No. Now this data contains only 1 byte. So this byte itself is the least significant byte. This byte itself is the most significant byte. So no matter, we have 1 byte to get memory free here. We have one more, right? So I will write that I will directly store that 1 byte data I have in the first address itself, 0. My work is done. Now it doesn't matter whether I store least significant byte first, most significant byte first. So here little endian and big endian is same. So for explanation purpose, let me take one more example. This is one more hexadecimal data. Here you can see there are 4 digits. That means its size is 16 bit. Nothing but 2 bytes. So this is 1 byte 8 bit. This is 1 byte 8 bit. So this is least significant byte on the right side and on the left side this is most significant byte. So now here there is a little endian and big endian concept. Now how big endian stores data? Big endian stores most significant byte at the least address available. See here address available is starting from 0 only. So no problem, we will start from 0 only. What is the most significant byte? 3. So 3E here. Next least significant is 26. So next 26 is here. So can you see most significant byte has taken lowest address, least significant byte has taken highest address 0 ಮತ್ತೆ 1 address number ನೋಡಿ. So this is big Indian format where most significant byte is stored in least available address. This is called big Indian. Again for a little Indian right explanation, see this is least significant byte, this is most significant byte. In little Indian format, least significant byte store in lowest address. Lowest address here available is 0. Most significant byte is stored in, this is little Indian format. Roughly I can say ulta kutolsu roughly. Okay, I'll explain why later. Again I'll take one more example. In this example I have taken a big number which is 6 digits and every hexadecimal digit is 4 bit. So this is 24 bit. That means 3 bytes. 1 byte, 8 bit another byte, and this 8 bit another byte. I can say this is least significant byte, this is most significant byte. Big Indian places most significant byte in the lowest available address. Means most significant byte first 3E. Least address available here is 0. So 3E. Then most significant byte is 26. So 26. Then BC, least significant. This is big Indian format. Most significant byte in lowest available address. Now, how little Indian stores the same data? By now I think you can understand. This is lowest byte, this is most significant byte, this is least significant byte. Little Indian stores least significant bytes in lower addresses. That means it will go first fetch BC, least significant byte, and stores BC in lowest address available, that is 0. Then it will go to 26 and then it will go to 3. Did you see the difference? Almost ulta, reverse order, right? Little Indian. Okay, not it is roughly. Okay, I'll explain later. This is a concept, little Indian and big Indian. It is a 4 byte data. Very simple. We know this is 32 bit. There are 8 digits, hexadecimal digit. 8 into 4, 32 bit. Or I can say it is 4 bytes. Now this is MSB, most significant byte, and this is LSB, least significant byte. Let's go for big Indian assignment. How big Indian stores data? Most significant byte in least available address. Means 3E, most significant byte here, 3E, 26, very good. Then BC, fine, and then 4A. How little Indian looks like? See, this is most significant bit, this is least significant bit. According to little Indian, least significant bit should get lower addresses, 0, 1, 2, 3, which is a lower address 0. So 4A first, then BC, then 26, and then 3E. So this is how little Indian and big Indian stores data. We'll take one more example and conclude this topic. Let us look at a number which has size greater than word length. Okay, so my word length is 4 byte. You can see here every row has a 4 byte. Now my data here you can see is not 4 byte, it is greater than that. Okay, now let us find out what is the size of this data. So I have 16 digits in this hexadecimal data. So size is nothing but 1 digit is 4 bit. 16 into 4, 64 bit. This is 64 bit data, nothing but 8 bytes. Let us identify the bytes. So first 8 bit, least significant byte, next 1 byte, next byte, next byte. This is last byte, which is 3E. Most every 2 digit is a byte. Why? Every digit is a 4 bit. Every 2 digit is a byte. Okay. Now there are 8 bytes here, but my word length is 4 bytes. Okay. Now how little Indian and big Indian should be considered? That first of all you divide this into 2 words, 4 bytes each. See here 9C, 1 byte, second byte, third byte, and fourth byte. So this is one word. Okay, this is one word here. Remaining word is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is remaining word here, 4 bytes, because one word means 4 bytes. If there are no 4 bytes properly, you can add zeros. Now 2 words are there. So this number, even though we consider from right to left, Okay, for data, right, this is the first word and this is the second word here. Always remember, left side is the first word, next is the second word. Okay, now here it is very interesting. See, this is actually, okay, one word, then this is actually another word. So what you have to do, this entire one first word what we have here is, will sit in first word of the memory, and this word sits in second word of the memory, and every time it follows Little Indian or Big Indian. Based on that we have to do it. Okay, suppose I'll go for Little Indian directly. Okay, least significant byte at lowest address. See here, first word 0 1 2 3, there are 4 addresses. 0 is the lowest address, and what is the LSB in this word? 4A is the LSB. So 4A, then next least significant address is BC, then 2 6, and finally 3. We'll go to next word. Here in next word 9C is the least significant bit, and addresses are 4 5 6 7, which is least address 4. So 9C will be here. Next 3D, next 8F, and next 1C. Did you see something? Here entire data, 8 byte data is not written in reverse order in Little Indian. Just check it. We have divided it to two words, because Little Indian and Big Indian, the concept we say is actually only for a word. Okay. When it is more than a word size, we divide the data into multiple words, and for every word we apply the Little Indian concept. Okay, so this is not entirely reverse. Okay, if it was entirely reverse, okay, then 9C should have been in the address 0. What about Big Indian? Big Indian doesn't make any difference, right? Big Indian starts from 3E26 BC 4A here, then 1C 8F 3D 9H here. Big Indian is as it is, right? Even though we break the word, it doesn't matter. It follows same direct order. Little Indian is this way. So this is one small part about memory. Numbers are fine. We will convert it to binary, then hexadecimal, then we will decide where it has to sit, whether based on Little Indian or Big Indian. Now, how strings are stored in the memory? Okay, strings means any text which includes characters. Okay, this is very simple. Strings, every character is associated with a number called ASCII. You might have heard about this ASCII number. Every character has ASCII number. So whenever you find a text, you convert every character into its ASCII number. Since ASCII is a number, you can convert it into hexadecimal or binary and place it in memory. Okay. And strings, when a string starts now, how to find out where it ends? Okay. That is because once a string starts, multiple characters keep coming. Okay. One string ends. Okay. We cannot identify end of the string. Why? Because even space, even your dot or everything, every character has ASCII, and every character can be stored in the memory. Okay, even if you press enter, give space, tab, everything has considered as a character. So when you terminate the string, processor cannot identify whether you have terminated or not. For that purpose, we use a separate character called string termination character, a special character. So it is taught to the processor that when that character appears, you should stop considering that string. That is the end of the string. This is the last topic of memory. What are the operations are associated with the memory? How processor interacts with the memory? There are two operations, only two purposes. Either processor needs data from the memory, okay, or processor want to store data into the memory. It's called load and store. Load means copying data from the memory to the processor. Store means data transferring from processor to the memory. It is also called as read or write. Load is also called as read or fetch. Store is called as write. So this is the concept. Direction you must know. Load means from memory to the processor we are bringing data. Store means we are bringing data processor to the memory in order to store it. So this is the two operations, and this is the end of my video here. Remaining topics will be covered in remaining videos. Thank you.